Oh, it is not easy being a Forest fan, guys. It really, really isn't. It's finished. Spurs 1, Forest 2. Welcome to the player rating. Good morning, good evening, oh wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to the player ratings. And wow, alhamdulillah, man. Alhamdulillah is all I can say. Like, I just feel like we all need to take a collective deep intake of breath and exhale. Oh, oxygen feels good. I can tell you that much. If you are relieved, happy, excited, whatever the way you're feeling, please make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well if you are new here. And let's just start with some factors here. I said before the match, I'll say it again. The last time Forest kicked a ball, we were third in the league. The last time a whistle blew while Forest were playing a match, we were third in the league. Now the last time it's blown, we're third in the league again. We're doing our job. Wasn't a pretty match. I thought the first half was actually very good from Forest. The second half was stinky. Absolutely stinky. Like, we asked for Spurs to score that goal. We did. But I don't care. Because after this, my brother's getting a call where I'll be telling him we were the greatest team he's ever seen at 3-point lane. And then after that 11, I'm going on to Hussam because they all want a piece of me. I've told them all week that I'm not worried about Champions League. I'm worried about this game because of what it means to me, because of my hatred for Spurs. And I'm just like so overwhelmed with relief. I honestly think now the situation has spun on its head fully, and I'll tell you why. We're sitting third. Villa are playing what's their face? Man City tomorrow. One or two of those teams are dropping points. And I've been consistent with this, that these teams around us are playing each other while we've got relegation teams like Spurs to dispatch of. It's there for us to take. If Forest don't get Champions League, it's not Spurs' fault. It's not the corrupt alleged Premier League's fault, the corrupt alleged refs that we've seen. It's our fault. And you know what? The boys went out there. They did the business. That first half for me felt like Forest of 6 months ago or 4 months ago. Solid, compact at the back. Hit him hard on those counters, man. 2 set-piece goals. One from the corner, one from the free kick. It was a lovely work free kick, especially that second one. It was beautiful. That first half was beautiful. Going 2-0, job done. So, Mark, thank you so much. He goes, breathe, Wolfie. We are third. 18 wins. Had 18 wins the last 2. Have we won 18 games? How fitting is... Mark, I love you, man. Do you know why I love that stat? Because that's 18 wins to us and 18 defeats to Spurs. Sava's going to be having a head loss. Oh, Deji. Oh, you don't know what's coming your way. Look, in terms of the usual breakdown of the game, of how we perform. You know what? I'm so hot. I gotta take this jumper off, man. I swear to God. I am literally baking, man. Sorry. Now, what I'll say to you guys, there's a lot of reasons why I think the first and the second half was so different. Because I think Nuno, in his mind, said the game was won at halftime, 2-0 up. You did see Spurs as well semi-throw in the towel. They took off Romero, they took off Van de Ven. And Forest went to a back 3. And as much as I'm stressing as a fan, and maybe you guys were stressing, you got to understand Nuno's also thinking about the FA Cup semi-final. And I think that played into his mind with some of those changes towards the second half. If he gets it wrong, it's on him. He gets it right, he gets the plaudits. It's as simple as that. It's binary. 0 and 1. You're either the 0 or the 1. He turned out to be the 1 today. So I'm extremely happy. And the guns are out. Oh, the guns are coming out, Laurie. I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy. It's a weird feeling. It's like happy relief feeling. I just don't know what to say. I just know that my blood pressure is through the roof. My stress levels are through the roof. And I've got to say, those last 5 minutes when they scored, whatever minute it was in, I just have flashbacks to so many old scars, man. And it's just crazy. Those 5 minutes felt like a whole match. Like a whole match. And my heart rate is still high. I can feel it. It was just stressful. But I'm calming down. TC saying no faith from most here. Eat your words. A lot of no feelings for Tuffalo. Wow, what a clearance! Forest could do a little freaking video this season of these hooked clearances off the line. They're absolutely crazy. So good. All right, guys, get your player ratings in. Get your votes in for the players. We're going to jump into that now, and yeah. Wow, we've won. We're third. We're back third in the league, point clear of Newcastle. How many points clear are we of some of the chasing pack? Let me just give you a quick run. Please do hit the like. Let me just bring the table up while you guys are hitting the like. So at the moment, it's very tight. It's still very tight. 3rd to 7th is separated by 3 points. Everyone's played 33 games. Forest are on 60 points in 3rd place. Newcastle 59 points in 4th place. Man City on 58 in 5th place. Chelsea on 57 in 6th place. And Villa on 57th in 7th place. I've never seen this top 5 in the Premier League this tight. It's absolutely crazy. Forest have got Brentford next at home. Newcastle have got Ipswich, I believe it's I think they're away. No, they're at home. Man City have got Villa tomorrow. Chelsea have got Everton. Come on, Mike, man, sort us out. And then obviously Villa have got Man City. It's crazy times. It's crazy times right now. But Forest did the business and that's all that matters. You know what? My heart rate's slowing down. I'm feeling the energy kicking back in. So let's jump it across into the player ratings and let's see what you guys think of everything. This man here, this man behind me, the Matt Sells, man. Unbelievable goalkeeper. He really is. I remember at the start of the season, I'm there saying, you know what? He's a good keeper, but he's a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit boring. He's not a Sambud. There's no like flair and style and everything in this. World-class save against Richarlison. Another world-class block against Richarlison when Nico Williams hit it, I think, off Yates, and it spun to him. He is just on levels right now. He really is. He's 100% a 9 out of 10 for me today. 9 out of 10. He was a 10 out of 10. He conceded 1 goal. I don't think he could have got to it. But brilliant. I don't think it was a silly yellow card, Dean. I think he was just slowing the game down long. The long kicks are the long kicks. Like, they are what they are. He's a 9 out of 10 for me. I have to say, I thought he was excellent today. You guys are saying 8.77 for Sir Matt Sells. That's a big number from you guys. Already 167 of you have voted. Keep those votes coming in. There's 700 in the house. Please hit the like. Please make sure you subscribe. If we could get 30 more subscribers, get us over 24,800. That would be fantastic. So I agree. Well, I think you're a little harsh on his rating, but you're not far off mine. So well done to you guys. Nico Williams. In general, I thought he had the toughest match. Now, as you guys know, before the match, I told you that Tells was a fantastic player and would give Nico Williams problems all game. And he did. I thought Tell was probably Spurs' standout man. A lot went through him. He worked very hard. I don't think it was his best game, but I think it was a professional performance by him. A couple of times they doubled up 2-on-1 against him, Spence and Tells and what have you. And I think he handled himself very well. I think, though, I want to see him in the FA Cup final. Oh, he's suspended, isn't he? He's suspended. But yeah, he's grown a lot this season. Now, I don't think he was out of this world from some of the performances I've seen from him this season. But overall, with the amount of pressure Spurs were putting down our right-hand side, he gets an 8 out of 10 from me. You want to see him in the England squad? Well, then he's going to have to change his birth country, bro. He's going to have to change his birth country. You guys went 7.8. Okay, I'm being a little more generous than you guys, it seems, tonight. 7.8 from you guys. Excuse me. Okay, let's move on. Let's go on to Milenkovic. I thought he was outstanding today. Outstanding. Solid, no-nonsense defender. Does his job. He deserved to be on a clean sheet. Call my brother to glow. Tom, right now, man. If I lift my phone, I'll probably faint. It's too heavy to hold up. I was very impressed with Milenkovic today. I felt he had control of Richarlison most of that game. I don't think, if I'm being honest with you, we needed to go to a back three, guys. I thought Milenkovic and Murillo were doing fine and doing some great work. I actually think when we went to a back three, we lost a bit of the organization. Just a little bit. But I still think Milenkovic shone for me. So he gets a 9 out of 10 for me today. Absolutely solid performance. Excuse me, I'm just full of gas, man. All right, let's see what you guys went. 8.4. 8.4. You guys are a bit harsh. Am I overglazing his performance? I thought it was really good. Laurie says, agree, went back to back 3-2. Yes, that's probably the best way to sum it up, Laurie. It was too early, and I just think... I even think another 15, 20 minutes, I still think, look, it doesn't matter, we won, who cares, right? But we're just giving a little analysis here. Okay, let's move on to Murillo. In my mind, there's something Murillo did that annoyed me, and I can't remember what it was. I remember it. It was when he backed off Richarlison and then had that injury moment. For me, it looked like he misread the flight of the ball. He misread the flight of the ball and ended up panicking. And it looked like he was backpedaling to get on the goal line just in case, which I just think it was a little naive from him. It all, in a weird way, it helped because I think it put Richarlison off that he suddenly had a free header. Outside of that, his performance was fine. It was fine. And he needed that kind of performance off the back of obviously what happened against Everton. But that was just a little moment for me, and it kind of just stuck in my mind. So I'll give him an 8. I thought out of the two centre backs, for me, Milenkovic was the better one today. I gave him a 9, so I'll give him an 8 out of 10 for me. Let's see what you guys are saying. 8 as well, exactly an 8. Okay, we're bang on the same money there, so we must be in full agreement. Maria's like a clumsy child, talented but ditzy. He's just an inch off greatness. Thanks for winning and pushing Chelsea out of the top 5. Our pleasure, Tim. Our pleasure. Okay, left back Tuffalo. Now, if I said to you I didn't have reservations about Tuffalo coming in, I'd be lying. What I will say about Tuffalo, and this is something that Steve Cooper said, is that he's the best crosser in the squad. I think his crosses were fantastic today. Now, he didn't get forward too much because, let's face it, we spent most of the half in our box. I just thought defensively he was very good. I thought it was strange that Spurs attacked more so on the left-hand side than the right-hand side. But there's only one standout moment, isn't there? And that's that hooked clearance off the line, which was just sensational. And that's experience for you. That's experience for you. I thought he had a fantastic performance. And also, don't forget, he hasn't played in the Premier League. I can't even remember I don't know if you guys can, when the last game he played in the Premier League was. So I think he did an absolutely brilliant job today. Like, brilliant. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I'm giving him a 9. Giving him a 9 out of 10. Get your scores in the chat as well on the individuals. Obviously, we've got the collective there. Keep your votes coming in because this is a live count. They count as soon as you vote and submit it. That goes up. You guys have got an 8.6 for Tuffalo. I think that's a little harsh, man. I think that's a little harsh. I think he's at least a 9, I would say. Last time I remember seeing Tuffalo was on the bench. Match day 1 versus Bournemouth. Has he not played in the Premier League then? He played against Exeter, didn't he? And Lincoln and Luton. He's not played this season. That's probably why I can't remember seeing him. But my memory ain't that great. What was Crypto saying about Tuffalo on goal? Yeah, we're gonna no doubt hear about all of that tomorrow from him. Okay, let's move on into the midfield. Dominguez, for me, had a really good, powerful game. But he looked knackered. I'd probably say he looked knackered about 40 minutes into the game, maybe a bit earlier than that. And I'm not sure why, because they've had 9 days off. He put a lot of energy into the game, 100%. But I thought he was very good. I thought his input in that first half was very, very good. He was stand out for me in the midfield. I think him and Anderson played brilliantly today in the midfield. I'm actually going to give him an 8 out of 10. And even towards the end of the match, did he stay on till the end, chat? I can't even remember now. Let's have a quick look. Because I remember him still pressing high quite late on into that game. What are the subs saying here? Oh, wait, he came off in the 58th minute. That was the 58th minute when he came off. It felt... That can't be right. I felt like when he got subbed off, there was like 2 minutes left. Man, that was a long second half, man. That was a long second half. My God. 58th minute. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to give him an 8. Let's see what you guys are saying. 7.6. 7.6. By the way, guys. By the way, all right. I need a sunglasses moment here. Forest versus Manchester United this season. 6 points. Hold that, Nick. Forest versus Spurs this season. 6 points. Hold that, Mo. Hold that. Me versus those 2 pricks. 12 points. To 0. To 0. Sorry. I just needed that moment. I needed that moment. 3-point lane, baby. 3-point lane. The energy's coming back. The energy's coming back. Do you guys honestly realize how satisfying that sentence was, or little speech was? 12 points to 0 over the 2 scummiest teams in the league, man. 2 scummiest teams in the league. Hold that. Guys, 12 points. Make sure you've hit the like. How are we doing on the likes, mods? Keep an eye on those likes for us. We're on 229 likes. Let's get that up. Let's get it up to over 300. How many we got in the building? Nearly 800 of you in here. Big up to all of you. Please make sure you're subscribed if you're new. Let me know in the chat your man of the match. From 1997, we haven't won at Spurs. Yeah, I was there in 2014 or 50. I can't remember what year. I think it was 2014 when we got them in the cup. And that was the first time we'd played them for ages. And I went with my brother and my cousin, man. And we went 1-0 up. We went 1-0 up. And then we lost 3-1. I think Mason and Harry Kane scored or something. I can't even remember. We went 1-0 up. A wise man once said, Deji, football is a true humbler. Oh, Deji is in big trouble. I'll tell you that. All right, let's move this party on to Danilo. I'm not going to lie to you. Danilo, I've got mixed feelings on. Let's just bring him up. Look, overall for Danilo, I don't think he had a very good game. Okay, but I think he got better as the game went on. Now, I gotta say with Danilo, the man had 3 legs at one point this year. You know, he had a left leg, a right leg, and then his ankle was detached from that. Okay, so to come back from where he's been, I think that in itself is the real story, but behind this one. Okay, now that's the cuddly fuzzy stuff. That's as happy and grateful as I am that that's the case with him. The bottom line is, if he's come back and he's not quite ready, I don't care if he's not ready till next season. I don't think right now he's shown enough to say that he should be starting. I think it took him 25 minutes to get into the game. His first pass of the game was a sloppy pass that got intercepted. It was an easy pass as well. It was a little bit of fight from him where he was helping Tuffalo when Spurs were attacking down the right-hand side and what have you. Look, what I'm saying here is I still think there's a player in him. I just think what he went through is going to take a lot longer to recover. That's kind of my stance on him. In this game, I would say he was probably a 6.5, a 6 out of 10. Big up, Freddie. 12-0, isn't it? 12-0. And I have to give him probably a 6 out of 10. But I haven't given up on him, and I think he'll be back probably after a good preseason. I think that's where I am with him right now. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I know Steve there saying he's not Prem proven. I think he is Prem proven. Remember what he did for us at the end of the first season, at the end of last season, and what have you. Remember that him and Sangare was set to be the 6 and the 8 for Forest at the start of the season. So, Nuno's seen a player in him, and I trust Nuno's judgment. Let's see what you guys did. You're giving him a 7 out of 10. All right, fair enough. It's a bit higher than me. I don't care because we beat Spurs. All right, Anderson. I thought this guy was phenomenal today. Not just because he scored a goal, right? I just think what a difference 9 days of rest, as in him. Obviously, they've been working on the training pitch and everything. But what a difference 9 days of rest has made to this guy. He was dead on his feet. Nuno, I'm sorry to say, had overused him in that period. I understand why, because of how good he is, right? But even good players like him, you can't keep going on game in, game out every 2 to 3 days without obviously affecting your performance. I thought defensively he was good. I thought his work rates were fantastic. I thought his passing was probably one of the better ones. I know that's not hard in the team. And I thought his shot was brilliant. Look, it was on target. Yes, it took a deflection. I don't care. I don't care if it took 16 deflections, as long as it ended up in the back of the net. Another goal for him. That's only his second of the season. He needs to improve on his finishing, just like, for example, Morgan Gibbs-White does. But that goal will give him, no doubt, the confidence. But what I like about him, he's not scared to shoot. That shot was a hard shot to take from 25 yards out. And he was prepared to take the shot. And I'd rather see someone taking shots than not taking shots. You get me? Well, I'd rather not see Morgan Gibbs-White take shots. But look, in general, I don't think he put a foot wrong. He's a 9.5 for me. Exceptional performance today from him. Exceptional. Let's see what you guys gave him. 8.8. All right, not bad. Not bad. Seeing collectively, the average is out. There's probably a few trollers. Cass is probably giving everyone a 0. You know what I'm saying? So 8.8 is about a 9. Okay, let's talk about Elanga. Elanga, for me, I'm going to use the word, I was a bit disappointed, but I don't mean it in its strongest sense. I expected the game plan to revolve around Elanga, and it didn't for me. Now, what Elanga did really well was the cross he put in for Wood's goal was absolutely out of this world. On the money, perfect weight, perfect height, perfect trajectory. But I expected more impact in the game. I expected him to to be running in behind, stretching that Spurs back line. And I don't think he quite did that, if I'm being honest with you. And maybe that's because I'd built this up in my head. This is how I would go with this game plan. This is what I would do. And he got hooked as well, didn't he? I think it wasn't because he was having a stinker. I just think he's being saved for Sunday. So, kidding, I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying my expectations of the game plan were for him to be the centerpiece. You get me, of it. And I don't think he did. I don't think he was. But that could be because that wasn't the plan from Nuno. I mean, what do I know? You get me? So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I'm a 7 out of 10. Didn't even realize Elanga was playing. Well, Mike, check the second goal and look at the cross. You'll realize he was playing. But I get what you're saying. You guys went 7.3 for Elanga there. Okay, Gibbs White. Look, I think for the first 15, 20 minutes, Gibbs White was sensational. I thought he was very good in those 15 minutes. After that, I thought his levels dropped. I thought his passes were atrocious. His shot showed me no composure. That should have been a goal. He had time, in my opinion, I need to see it back. He had time to control the ball. Maybe even turn it onto his right foot. He can shoot with his left foot. He can shoot with his left foot, but I just feel he snatched at the shot in a panic because one of the Spurs defenders was kind of coming across him. I want to be proven so wrong on his shooting and his passing. I don't want to say this, but he is reminding me of Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. If you put his highlights reel together of that game today, you will see he did a nice spin early on in the half, but then he went and lost the ball and actually picked up a yellow card from it. He broke through the lines to get that shot. I know it's harsh to say, Mark, but he is. But you got to say Bruno Fernandes scores goals. He scores goals. And I feel really bad saying this because I hate Bruno Fernandes. But I'm just seeing some traits in him in Bruno or vice versa. And I'll probably get clipped up for saying that. I don't really care. It's just my opinion. You can agree with it or not. But he is the main guy. I don't know how to explain it. If you just did a highlights reel of his good points and watched out of the game, you'd be like, wow, what a player. And rightly so, because what he does looks good. But if you watch the whole game and his whole performance, there's bad passes, there's bad shots. Again, the tricks were coming out today. I wasn't impressed with his game. I'm sorry, other than the fact that Bruno plays for Scum United, I'd take Bruno over MGW any day. I get you. I'm not saying they're like for like. What I'm saying is the frustrations that I hear from United fans about Bruno are the same frustrations that I feel towards Gibbs White at times. And I think those frustrations are born of the fact that I think there is absolute levels in this player. Absolute levels. And I just don't think he's quite unlocking it because I think he does too much. Too much. And just needs to do it a little bit less, if that even makes sense. He's a 5 out of 10 for me today. I'm sorry to say. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite players. But fucking hell, learn to shoot. And I don't know what's happened to his shooting. This guy at Sheffield, when he was there, he like scored 100 goals against us that season. I think he might, I don't know how many he got, but he got a decent amount in the championship. I don't know what's happened to his shooting. I get it, stepping from the championship to the Premier League is different levels. But the goalposts haven't moved. They're still in the same position. That's the thing. 5 out of 10 for me today. You guys, wow, you guys went 6.6. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe my expectations and standards of him are too high. I just don't think he was above a 5. All right, let's move on to Wadinho. That was a delicious header from him. Delicious. By the way, guys, quick reminder, just please do take a second, just double check you've hit the like button. We're only 2 off 300. So if you haven't hit the like button, now's the good time to do it. Hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. No doubt a couple of unsubscribed because I dared to call out what I saw in Gibbs White's performance today. Cool. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. Look, Chris Wood for me. This is the difference with Chris Wood on the pitch to Chris Wood not on the pitch. Forest only will create a handful of decent chances in the game. And we saw in the period where Chris Wood has been off form, which I think is okay to say, just before he got injured. And while he was injured, when the chances dry up, when we need to be clinical, I think to the second half in the Villa game where we created what felt like 300 chances, there wasn't a bagsman there to put them away. Chris Wood, for me, scored 2 goals today, technically, didn't he? And he finished them both well. That header was scrumptious, to say the least. I just think he did his job, is the best way I can put it. And defensively, he put in a shift today, a real shift. And his through ball for Gibbs White, for that chance he missed, was perfect, was absolutely perfect. The weight on it was right. The angle of it was right. If that was the other way round, I would expect Chris Wood to score that goal. So I'm actually going to give him a 9 out of 10. Got the goal, got the 3 points. He's now 1 off 20 goals in the league. I was very impressed with Wood today. Now, I'm not saying it was a sensational, got a hat-trick performance like he did against Brighton. I'm saying what he did in this game is exactly what was required to get us over the line. And that, for me, is what you want from your striker. Bag a goal, help defensively when you have to in this setup, and then link in the play, link in that play. And that's what he did. I'm giving him a 9. I'm giving him a 9. Let's see what you guys did. Wow, 8.3. Very harsh. Very harsh. Very harsh. Very harsh, you lot. Okay, let's move on to the subs. I can't freaking remember them. Okay, Morato came on, didn't he, as the first sub? Shall I be honest with you? I didn't notice Morato too much. I actually think we lost a bit of the organization when Morato came on. Not through his fault, but through the system changing. There was 1 or 2 hooks clearances he did. I didn't really notice him. So I'll just give him an average 6 out of 10. I think he came on what minute did he come on? He came on at half time. That was too early for me. That was too early. Let's see what you guys did. 6.9. A little higher than I gave him, but okay. Next one on was Ryan Yates. Ryan Yates. I thought he did well when he came on. Now, I know he rugby tackled the guy, I can't remember who it was, and took another yellow card. I don't mind that. In that situation, I don't mind. You want to break up Spurs' play. You want to slow it down. This is where, for me, Ryan Yates is the best in the business. You got a 2-goal lead. What was the score when he came on? So we were 2-0 up when he came on in the 58th minute. That's when I want him on the pitch. 2-0 up. They've got possession, and he's there to break the play up, and he's there just to disrupt it. Just to disrupt it. I thought his passes were sideways and backwards today on a few of them, but the role for him is disrupt it. Don't let their flow go. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. That's exactly, and I've been consistent with it. That's the role Ryan Yates is for in this team. You're 2-0 up, 1-0 up away from home or at home. They're on top of you in terms of possession. Bring him in, make him annoy them, right? So I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. I'll take an 8. I'll give him an 8, and I think that's a fair score. I really do. Exactly, Carol. He did the necessary. He did the necessary. I would be so happy for Yates to walk out to this CL music. But I'll tell you now, Ryan Yates is not a Champions League player. All right? He's not a Champions League player. That's the level, and I don't think he can reach that level, if I'm being honest with you. Now, could he be on the bench or in the squad for a Champions League match? Of course he can. But if you're starting him up against Inter Milan's midfield with the likes of Barella and them man there, there's only one winner in that midfield battle. So, look, but forget that. Let's just get to those games. Let's get to those games. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. You guys gave him a 7.04. A little harsh, but okay. Oh yeah, John, definitely. It's a fairy tale story. I agree with that, but I don't really care about fairy tales. I just care about trophies, Champions Leagues, and all that. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I was not impressed with today. Let's move on to him. I was just not impressed with him. He had a couple of runs down that wing, and you guys know what I'm going to say. He didn't take it to the fucking corner flag. Leave your beard alone. I can't, man. It's so long, and I need a charger for my shaver, and I ain't got one. I need to nick my brother's. Why did he not take it to the corner flag? This is an experienced player. I know he's still young, but he's experienced in what he's done on the pitch. Take it to the damn corner flag and killed the game off. They went and scored a minute later. He then did it again later on. It just didn't need doing. I'm giving him a 5. Most of that is because of the corner flag thing, granted. But it absolutely boiled my blood when he did it. It really did. Anyway, I still think he's our most talented player. Harsh, what? I don't care. You have to have the dark arts and you have to have football IQ. You do not need to go for 3-0 when you're 2-0 up with 5 to go. Kill the freaking game. Stop worrying about GA. Worry about the 3 points. Let's see what you guys did. 6.7. I'm just going to be all in the comments. You're harsh on Callum Hudson-Odoi, even though I said he's one of my favorite players. You're harsh on Callum Hudson-Odoi. Shout out to Wellington. Thank you for subscribing. Nuno issue too late with Callum Hudson-Odoi in setup. Look, he's not going to be able to flourish when you're playing low block away from home. He's not going to be able to flourish. But there's just certain things are absolute red flags for me. Absolute red flags. You got a couple of minutes left in the game. Do the professional thing. Kill it out. Like 3-0 doesn't really move the needle that much for us on the goal difference. Just do the right thing and make sure we get the 3 points. In fact, we would have had a better goal difference had it stayed at 2-0 than 2-1. Anyway, so you guys went 6.7. Let's then move on to Taiwo. I thought he was all right. He did eventually take his one to the corner flag after, was it Sosa didn't go to the corner flag? So at least there was a little IQ level there from Taiwo. He then went and lost the ball anyway in that corner flag, but then he went and won a free kick. I thought he was all right. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought he was all right. For the circumstances of the game, I thought he was all right. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Do you know what? He was fine. He was fine. I got no issues with his performance today. You guys have gone a 6.3, very harsh. And then Sosa came on. And Sosa did the exact same thing that Callum Hudson-Odoi did. He got his chance on the break. Kill the game, man. Killed the game. And then he put a poor cross in towards Taiwo. I can't even remember the scenario. He should have taken it to the corner flag. I can't be bothered to repeat myself. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He didn't get many minutes anyway. He came on in the 90th. There's not much to say, but that was definitely the highlight that stood out for me. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. You guys gave him a 6.3. Okay, let's talk about Nuno, because I need to jump onto Husam's stream in just a second. Nuno, for me, a lot of people were not happy with that team lineup. I didn't have too much issues with it. I think we needed more width with it. But I don't care. Nuno, for me, his judgments and his ratings come down binary. Forest win, Nuno scores high. Forest lose, Nuno scores low. Low. Forest draw, he's somewhere in the middle. I think it's as simple as that. It doesn't matter. Tactically, this was right. Tactically, that was wrong. Tactically, the other. He got the 3 points. He got it over the line. Within that, he was able to rest a few key players for the FA Cup match. It's completely easy for me. It's a 9 out of 10 for Nuno. It's a 9 out of 10. Wolfie, hit that Spurs guy after the last stream. What? Oh, what are you talking about? Jay on Never a Foul. Yeah, Jay needs to hold some smoke. He really does. I agree. Should have had more width, but yes, it was. Yeah, I don't care, Carol. I don't care that the width wasn't there. Had we not won, I'd be obviously kicking off right now about the width. You know, I'm going to be very flip-floppy with it. By the way, I wonder if Ant thinks we're going to win the league now after he thought we couldn't win another game. So yeah, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. Well deserved. 3 points. That's all that matters at this stage of the season. Wow, you guys are harsh, man. So man goes and brings you 3 points from 3-point lane. His old club, remember? His old club. You lot are a little harsh, I have to say. Okay, let's do man of the match. Who are your nominees, guys, for man of the match? Now, we've got about 700 of you in here, 366 likes. Let's knock that up to 400 while we sort out man of the match. I'm going to give Sells has to go on there for me. Anderson has to go on there for me. Tuffalo has to go on there. How the hell do you spell Tuffalo's name? Is it double F or double L? I can never, or is it both? I think it's double F, isn't it? Someone spell it right. It's double F, yeah, single O. Right. About 9 of you have spelled it 7 different ways. It's 1 L, yeah? Okay, all right. You know what? He's got 1 L now. He's got 1 L. Unlike Spurs, who have got 18 Ls. And the fourth one, I kind of think Milenkovic, maybe. He's got 4 Ls. All right, stop freaking spelling Tuffalo's names wrong. You lot are freaking all giddy after another win. Thank you, Graham. Who's the fourth one? I think Dominguez deserves a shout, you know. Or should we go Serbinator? I don't know. If I put Milenkovic, you'll be like, why are you going to put Dominguez? Oh, Woody. Yeah, Woodinho. Wood can go on there. All right. Over to you. Get your votes in. Make sure you've liked as well. Make sure you've subscribed. There'll be a Grumpy Old Reds tomorrow night. We'll have my match reaction video as well. We'll break this down. Maybe I'll get my brother over, man, and hijack him into a video. All right. At the moment, Anderson's winning with 44% of the vote. Tuffalo in second place with 29% and Sells at 20%. Woodinho on 6%. I'll give you 10 more seconds. There's already well over 100 voted. Keep those votes coming in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your man of the match for Tottenham Hotspur 1. Forest 2 with 45% of the vote goes to Mr. Anderson. And you know what? I agree with you guys. So shout out to Anderson. Shout out to Forest. We're back in third place. We're on the hunt for those UCL spots. Oh, and I've got to now go on his stream. So I will see you guys in the morning on a video. Grumpy Old Reds will be at the earlier time tomorrow, either 6:30 or 7, because obviously there's the Man City Aston Villa game, which we all need to keep an eye on. So make sure you're tuned in for all that stuff. So make sure you got all your alerts on. Plenty of stuff coming out this week for you guys. Much love to everyone who's donated tonight, subscribed, liked, chatted in the chat, or just sat back and watched the roller coaster of a ride. Mo, hold that 6 points. Nick, hold that 6 points. Forrest the third. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Come on, you Reds.